Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, meet Mr. Anthony. Absolutely been crushing it this week, man. So, dude, you've been on fire, brother. You've been on fire. So,
Yeah, this week's been a good week for sure.
and let's talk about it, man. Let's like really hit on the first question first. Is like this week is like your first full week in the market. You've had a lot of time spent. You have some systems built and some plans established. Like, what was it about this week, do you believe, that really drove your success? What are a few things that you could say about this week? You're like, it was these things that I did that really allowed me to be successful and make some profits in the market.
Well, I think just as far as my trading plans and building the trading plans, that's the biggest thing, and knowing where my stops are and knowing when to get out. Um, that was the hardest thing that I had to overcome, was holding on to trades for too long, and that's why I would lose.
Gotcha. So, just really dialing in plans, preparation, understanding what risk and rewards going to be prior to entering the trade, and then just managing your risk, cutting the trades when they don't work with you, but also taking profit when you start to see the move happen.
Yeah, exactly. And
Awesome.
this week has been mostly just scalping those opportunities off of supply and resistance and trend line breaks. Um, that seems to be working for me better than anything else.
So some pretty simple stuff, nothing too advanced. You're not using like fibs and MACD crosses, and you don't have a million indicators on your chart. You're literally just looking at support, resistance, trend lines, price action, and then some like simple strategies and setups that form at levels of support, resistance, trend lines.
Yeah, and that's it. And volume is pretty much all I use: support and resistance, trend line, volume, and yeah, the price action.
And price action. Yeah, so super simple approach, right? Which is amazing that you're seeing a lot of success and your approach is very simple. Are there any indicators that you use right now, or are you just using a clean, naked chart and just doing what you said you were doing?
Well, I use the three moving averages just to see, where they're headed or where they came from, but they haven't really played that much of a part. But sometimes they do. When they cross over, then I know that's another confirmation that we're going to be moving in that direction.
Got it. And you said something that was key, another piece of confirmation, right? So you're not just looking at one reason to get in, you're looking at and trying to identify what multiple reasons that to enter a trade, whether that's one of your moving averages crossing, that's a signal, price action, volume. You're not just basing trades on one reason and one reason only. You're looking at multiple factors to gauge your trades.
Correct. Correct. If I don't have two, then I'm not getting in. But three is prime.
Three's prime. Yeah, yeah, man. Absolutely. Multiple separate reasons to take a trade. Excuse me, man. Again, I feel like I'm getting sick today, so this cough is
That's
brutal. I know you don't have a lot of time, man, but there's one big question I wanted to ask, right? How long have you been in the market? Number one, like how long when did you first come into the market? How long have you really been trading? And then how long have you been in like a real account? And then what were your results just this week?
so I've April was when I started learning, and at the end of April, I had my first $43 win, and it got my blood pumping. So
Fired you up
um,
a little bit.
yeah, so I started diving into everything, and then I came across Alpha and got into this community, and then started with the courses, and those courses are top notch. And that's every day that I do a course and I implement that. That's something that's helped me this week gain more momentum into the winning trades.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like you said, just come in, spend some time, dedicate time to learning, and just move the needle just a little bit every single day.
Every day is learn something new. That's a non-negotiable. Every day I gotta, yeah, move forward in the
1% better a day, move the
learning.
needle, learn something new. Yeah, just find 30 minutes in your schedule and commit that time to learning something new. Like you said, just move the needle. So, yeah, I mean,
Right.
so you've been in the market since April. You took one of your first live trades end of April, and I think you joined the community, was it like late May, early June?
Right.
Somewhere around that time. So you've been what, part of
I
the
had
community
learned
for
some
about
stuff in
45
between.
ish days, give or take?
Yeah, I've learned some stuff in between starting and then the alpha, but I it's almost like I disregarded every bit of that after learning your courses, because they were so much more in tune to the way I learn and how I take things in. So
Yeah. like that more hands-on training, right? Where it's everything's happening live in the moment. And that's like, again, one of the best ways to learn versus what happened last week in the market. Because we can all go
Right.
back and look at a chart and say, if you would have bought here. And so that's completely different. Then we're in the market, things are moving, emotions are heightened, right? There's a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, getting that like that live market training kind of like really opened your eyes to see how these setups should be like, playing out and developing and how you should manage them.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool, man. So May, June, July. So you've been in the market for about, let's just call it 90 days, right? 90 days. And so what, you came in knowing pretty much nothing about trading stocks 90 days ago?
No, nothing.
You knew nothing. So knew nothing. Day one, you're 90 days in, and you had your first biggest week this week. Was this your most consistent and your biggest week that you've had in the market so far?
Yeah, definitely. I've not had a winning week like
So-
this ever.
So the first time you've had a winning week. First time you're
Yes.
ending the week profitable. You don't have to share this if you don't want to, but it could be super inspirational, right? You're 90 days in. This is a brand new realm, a brand new industry. You've gone through the learning process. You're shortening the learning curve. I mean, again, you're less than 90 days in. You had a winning week. You're in a live account. You're confident. You're skilled in such a short amount of time. If you don't mind me asking, how much did you make this week in profit? You don't have to share it, but if you want to, you can.
So without going back and looking, it's right around between 2 and 250.
Hell yeah. That's really good, dude. That's really good.
With today's 83 or 88 that was in there.
So $200-300 and what? You traded maybe one or two trades a day on average?
Yeah, correct. So I've probably had 6-7 trades this week altogether.
So maybe 6 to 7 trades. You're up 250 to 3. And how many of those trades would you say were like losers compared to winners, right? Like what, 2 or 3 losers?
Yes.
So
So I think three losers.
that'd be like 3 losers and 3 or
Sure.
4 winners, give or take.
Correct.
So we could say your win rate's what, like maybe 60%, 66-ish% win rate?
For this week, yeah.
So this week, you took 7 trades, so that's less than 2 a day on average. You're at a 60-some% win rate, right? Which is right around the average. And you're up $250 to $300. And then
Right.
last question is like, how much time on average do you really spend in the market? Like, are you sitting here from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.? Or like, how much time do you actually dedicate to like being in the market during the day? Like what, 30
I
minutes,
get
an
up in
hour?
the morning. I get up in the morning, do my normal morning routine and my non-negotiables for the morning. Then I will jump into a learning lesson if I can. But usually around 8:30 or so is when I start marking up my charts, and then by 10:30 to 11, I'm out the door. I have to go,
So you're
bring
talking
the
maybe
whatever.
2 hours a day on average that you're actually in the market, doing your analysis, identifying trades, 2 hours a day tops.
Yeah, every day this week I've been out before 11.
Dude, that's insane. Right? It's insane. Like, you're not trading a lot. You're spending less than 2 hours a day in the market. You're winning 66% of your trades. Right? That's close to 50-50. Let's even say it was like right at that 50-50 win rate. That means, 5 trades you take that are green, 10 are red, but you're still profitable. So what does that mean? That you're managing your risk well. You're taking A+ setups. You're locking in your profits when you have them. You've been in the market for less than 90 days, and this is your biggest and your most consistent week you've ever had.
Yeah, and I mean, being in the market consistently, even if you don't take a trade. The trade I took this morning, I was sitting in a warehouse parking lot waiting on my trailer to be loaded.
Not
in
even
my
at the
truck.
house in front of a computer.
Yeah, so it's just about spotting those opportunities and managing your risk
Heck
properly.
yeah, man. Well, I mean, to me anyway, this is truly inspirational because you guys know my story. It took me 3 years to figure it out. We got Anthony in here 3 months, starting to figure it out, feeling very consistent, great win rate, great risk management skills. First green week, consistent week. That is very, very impressive to be able to do within your first 90 days of just getting started, right? Usually it takes years for people to truly figure this out. So it's really inspirational to see that when you show up and you dedicate your time and you take initiative and you just engage and lean on this community, that it really does, shorten that learning curve.
And ask questions because they will get answered.
Oh yeah. I mean, even if it's not from me, anybody else in chat will definitely come together, support you, and help you. So,
Right.
Hey man, I know you got to bounce, you got to run. You had about 10 minutes. One final question. Like, if you could share one thing with everybody in the community, new trader, intermediate trader, it doesn't matter. Like, anything that you think would be beneficial to everybody listening, what would be like one thing you would share with everybody that you think could help them move the needle forward? Maybe something that you've done.
Discipline, learning, stop losses. I mean, learning every day, doing the same thing every single day, and not veering off course from it will progress you.
So just
Probably
really
further
like
than you thought.
have a plan, have a routine, and be disciplined to crush it every day without fail.
Yeah, and I feel like I've done that very well this week and starting to get into that habit. So
And it's
yeah, it's
clearly
definitely helped me this
reflected
week.
within your trading, right? You've done your,
Right.
your check-ins, your trading performance score within market mastery, very disciplined, holding yourself accountable. And like you said, you've had a great week with your business, a great week within trading. You look great, you feel energized, right? It's like not only did that discipline bleed in beautifully to like your trading, but it bled into your business, your life. You just feel better, your well-being. So the one
And
key
then
takeaway
one
would
other
be, like
thing-
you said, discipline.
The one other thing, journal everything, because if you don't know the numbers, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, man. Cannot stress that enough. Journal, log trades, screenshots, draw on the screenshots, type on get as detailed and get as thorough as possible with all of the trades you take. Because like he was saying, is like
Right.
the only way you know where to make adjustments is looking back at past trades, reviewing the data. And our goal is to make data-driven decisions. Look at the data, look at the past trades, and just optimize it, iterate, right? Fine tune it. And that's how you're going to continue to move the needle, right? Make more money in the market, stay more consistent. You identify your weak points within your strategy. You identify weak points within yourself by journaling, because logging and journaling are slightly different. But yeah, I'd be able to go back and look at something to grow.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, man. Dude, I mean, again, super inspirational, right? It's like you've been in here for 3 months. Great green week. It's profitable. You're feeling great. And it reflected in your trading. And so, again, the one key takeaway from you was like, if you could share this with everybody, it's like really focus on discipline in your day-to-day life and really allow that discipline to lead into your.
Yeah, and it goes further than trading. When you start doing that, I mean, it bleeds into everything. With our 6 kids at home, it bleeds into every single thing you're doing. So, yeah, definitely.
Heck yeah, man. Well said. Well said. So I know you got to run. If there's anything else you want to add, feel free. I do appreciate you taking the 10 to 15 minutes to jump on and let me beat you down with questions and drill you. But no, I appreciate you being here, man.
Oh, no worries.
And I appreciate you taking the time to let us learn a little bit more about you, when you started, what your journey's been like over these past 90 days, and what you really feel like is contributing towards your success. What are those few things? And I think we pretty much nailed it. The discipline, building those created plans, understanding the risk, managing risk, and just believing in yourself, staying consistent and trusting in the process. So
There was one question on here. I use the 9, 21, and 50 moving averages, and sometimes a 200-day moving average, the simple moving averages. But those are just the ones I have on my chart. Everybody, I think, uses kind of different moving averages. And no, Steve, I'm not driving. I parked just so I could do.
if he was driving right now, it's like, yeah, we got to do this later, Anthony. Knowing me, I'd probably do it while I was driving. So, cool,
Yeah.
man. Awesome. Well, again, I do really appreciate you jumping on real quick, letting me ask you a few questions. I'm sure it was very inspirational to a lot of newer traders that were listening. And all I can say, man, is just keep up the amazing work and just keep doing what you've been doing. Like, I would say the main goal is like just replicate this week, next week, and try and make it a little bit better. And then rinse and repeat that. Just replicate this amazing week in the next week and just stay consistent with that. And let's really start getting to the next level. Let's start scaling up and let's get you to those goals.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
I appreciate you letting me come on.
Absolutely. Appreciate you too.
All right, buddy.
All right, see you, buddy. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you
All right.
right around 2 o'clock maybe.
Okay.
Cool, man. I'll talk to you then. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Anthony, right? Really cool for him to jump on real quick. Let me drill him with, a few questions. But yeah, it's just really inspirational to see, someone come into the market, in April and like what's day trading? Like, how do I day trade? I'm completely lost. I'm completely new, right? We all start at day one right there. We're all brand new and we don't know where to start. But, just this past April, taking his first trade late April, that euphoria sets in, right? That, oh, I want to do this. Everybody goes through that process. What's day trading? Let me learn a little bit. Take your first trade, you make some money, you feel good, you want to pursue it. But then things do get challenging, right? You start learning. And, it's a process, right? You really have to control the emotions and be disciplined and understand the market and setups and risk management. There's a lot to learn, right? This is a career. This is a career that can make you multiple six figures, maybe even seven figures a year. So it's like a lot of people come in with, expectations set, like they can figure this out in a month and be millionaires. This is a job. This is a career. This is a business, right? If you want to go make multiple six figures, you're going to college to get a degree to go get a job. So why do you think that you can come in and spend a month in the market and you're making multiple six figures? It takes time. You got to go through this program and through this process and take it serious as if you're going to a university, getting a degree to actually get that multiple six-figure job. But the really cool thing to see here is like coming in end of April, right? Not even really joining the community until I think he said late May, early June. So we're talking maybe 45 days of being in the community. Already having his first consistent green week, and it's profitable, right? In such a short amount of time to be able to learn everything he's learned, to apply it, to understand risk management, setups. He's got his indicators really down pat. He's got a system fine-tuned, his plans really established, right? Understanding the importance of managing risk and capital preservation, learning all of what he's learned in such a short period of time to build up the confidence to fund a live account, to start trading real money, and to be green this week, to be consistent his first week within less than 90 days is truly inspirational. And that shows everybody that if he can do it, so can you. We all have 24 hours a day. It's how we use it. And I know he's using his time wisely. He's time blocking 30 minutes to learn something new. He's in chat. He's engaging. He's accessing the courses. He's in the live sessions. He shows up in chat to talk and ask questions. He's truly showing up and putting in 110%. And that right there, that action taking, that level of initiative, right, is why he's able to get to this level right now within 90 days. So just imagine, what do the next 90 days look like for Anthony? He's consistent. He's profitable. Get another couple of weeks under his belt of consistency and profitability to prove to himself his system works, right? He's got things dialed in. The next step is just to start scaling with more size. Take a little bit more size to make more money, to work on the emotions at that point in time. So I can only imagine what the next 90 days looks like. He's accomplished so much the first 90. Imagine the next 90. It could be night and day difference. So again, use that as inspiration, as motivation, that again, if someone can come into the market and know nothing, 90 days later, to have the skill set and the confidence to put on consistent winning trades and have a green week and a consistent week, so can you. So can you guys. So Anthony, dude, I love it. Awesome stuff, man. Appreciate you being here again. And thank you so much for jumping on the mic with me.